God, I'd never seen this happen before, but I was playing this. This is that super old copy of Dark Side of the Moon. And I put it on my turntable. I tried to clean it, but it was so dirty that my needle. I've never seen a needle do this, but it started skipping. And it just went all the way to the end, almost to the.
Oh my god!
It just floated right across the record and went all the way to the spindle. Just. And I was like, did I break this thing? What the hell just happened?
Oh my god!
So I looked it up and they said, your needle is very dusty.
Oh, you just gotta kind of clean it.
Yeah, so I like my eye sucks so bad. I was like, I don't know, that looks fine to me. I took a picture of it. I was like, ooh, I guess you did on the needle. I was like, oh my god, it's just covered in dust.
Oh,
well,
so I cleaned it.
How often do you change your needles?
This one's pretty new, actually.
All right,
I don't play my.
I bought my record player probably in 2019. I think. But we've had some issues where things have been skipping a bit, and we actually, that's one thing I absolutely fucking love. Raising two kids, every night at dinner time, we sit down at the dinner table together, and I throw on records. Every single night, we've got a record playing.
Yeah.
When we're eating together, and it's just like it just makes me feel good, like a good parent. That
yeah, we do that too. Except now my son is older, we'll just use Alexa, and he'll like yell out, like, "Play this song," and so we'll share music that way, so we can.
I mean, as much I get, yeah, exactly, and that has happened, but I try to stop the Alexa usage so that a record gets played, and
I get to
hear. And now, unfortunately, I'm sure you guys are both gonna fire me, but a lot of Taylor Swift has been played.
Yeah, whatever. We have young kids.
Few months.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I've got. Well, I also have a wife.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's weird because Tiff rarely calls out music to play. So, but she's listening to most of audiobooks and podcasts and stuff like that right now. So I can't imagine this, but she just doesn't listen to music these days, which is just weird to me. So, how do you not listen to music?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to every day.
Music is. Oh, I mean, it's man. Hearing Richard Wright, mention, I mean, it is in my eyes the greatest album that has ever been recorded.
Mm-hmm.
All Blues by Miles Davis. It is that is holy shit. That is the mecca of music, and everyone that is into music should own that and listen to it. So go out and buy it, motherfuckers. I guarantee you, none of the three of you own that, right?
No.
Oh no.
You should.
Oh no.
I'll tell you what. If I see it in a used record bin for $5, I'll buy it. How about that?
Oh. And that's it's funny you mentioned that. I actually found it in a used bin at Crooked Beat, which is in Alexandria, and I already owned it. I mean, that is one of the albums I believe I own on tape, CD, and record now.
Oh wow!
So it's I didn't have a CD player when I first got into music, and then I got I heard. I mean, that is.
I don't think any of us did.
Yeah,
but we're old. Remember?
Yes.
No, I remember when we got a CD player.
Let's talk about technology now.
It's a big deal.
It was 87 or something, and we got
86.
I had a record player in my car,
and that CD player didn't have fast forward. It only had song skip, but no fast forward.
I did not get a CD player until Christmas 1994.
Holy shit!
Yes,
I didn't have one until 1991, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We were ahead of the game for once, Tim.
I know.
We still had our beta player though.
I wanted to make sure it was going to stick around.
Yeah.
Betamax.
Yeah.
I was not an early adopter. I didn't get an iPhone till 3. I want to wait for these things.
Oh, neither did I. I had a BlackBerry though for a long time. I was a big BlackBerry guy. I was a big BlackBerry defender.
Remember Don and Mike when they used to do BlackBerry? You talk about blackberries, and he would go into the Marion Barry voice.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Yeah, there you
Don-
go.
Keith.
I'm Don's Blackberry.
Marion Barry.
Well, that's
have-
racist.
I have this, which that's the only way I'm going to play CDs on my computer now.
Oh yeah, I have one of
Because
those.
I don't have a CD drive on my computer anymore. So-
You don't have you can't like
I don't have a
usually-
CD player. No. Like, I don't have, like-
you don't have like a DVD player or Blu-ray in there? 'Cause those usually
Not
play-
on my laptop. No.
Oh, your laptop, yeah.
Yeah.
No. I have a Blu-ray player. Like I have a PS5. I can play CDs through that. Yeah.
But I mean, on your
I'm just saying.
do you have a desktop? I don't even remember.
I have a laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
I'm trying to
still
see.
have A giant
Keith-
desktop still.
Oh, okay. Keith pulled out his iPod. I think I have one. Still.
I have one of those somewhere.
Yeah, I have one. I have two. Mine's
What is that? 512
I have
megabytes
to
or
go
something?
Get it.
I think it's like
I
512.
know.
megabytes.
That's the one thing. Like, mine could fit all of my shit easily, and then some. And then I had to get an iPhone, and it won't let me put all of my shit on it because it needs to let me to have stupid shit like the internet. I don't want the internet. I want to have, Ballard symphonies and Miles Davis and Ray Brown and Milt Jackson, some Stan Getz,
You know that stuff's on the internet.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Mine
But
looks
I'd
like
rather listen to my own shit so that it can like track how often I listen to stuff so that I can.
Oh, they're tracking you if you listen on the internet. And the artist
Can't
gets like
find mine. I know I have it somewhere.
Oh, there's mine.
a thousandth of a cent every time you
That's right.
play it or
And this
something.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Remember the iPod Nanos?
Yeah. I have one of those somewhere.
Tiff had one of those for a while.
Borat says they're for girls.
Well, Tiff had one. I never had one. There you go.
64 gigs. Watch out.
Yeah. All right.
This one's 80 gigs. Wow, that's crazy.
We've got some other albums to talk about.
Technology, what is it?
1983.
All right.
What-
Well, let's see. How do we want to start this?
This is our sponsor.
What is that?
This
I
is
can't even- It's Voodoo something.
no,
Oh,
it's
woo.
woo.
Oh my
Woo.
god.
Is it energy drink?
Woo, Ric Flair's new energy drink. Three varieties. I actually had one earlier
awesome.
today. I wouldn't recommend it to Eric or Tim because they sleep poorly. But
Yeah, right.
I don't think I don't know that I've ever had an energy drink.
these are the one I
I
had
do-
was
I have
actually
for sure.
good. It didn't taste Red Bully. Those things taste weird.
Why are you
Red
drinking
Bull.
one of those at 10?
I'm not. It's not open.
He's just advertising. He's not drinking right now.
This is our sponsor today.
No,
I can't get the
I
glare
wish.
off of it.
Yeah. I can't read what it says. So one way
It looks
or
like
another.
it looks like it tastes like bubble gum.
Yeah.
No, it looks like it tastes like my ass.
This is the flavor I had earlier. It's dragon fruit. It was good.
Nice.
Made from mushrooms.
Really?
That's what it says.
Which kind of
Cordyceps.
mushrooms?
Not the good ones.
Yeah.
I'd feel different if it did.
It's cordyceps.
The styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing son of a gun. Ooh.
Woo! Mushroom.
Oh.
I was addicted to the Mountain Dew energy drinks for a while when I was
I
working
bet you were.
at Zoots. Because we had to get, when we took Zoots, it was a dry cleaning delivery, so we had to get there at like 6 a.m. So we had to be up at like 5, right?
Yeah.
So I would stop at 7-Eleven, grab a couple Mountain Dew energy drinks. Yeah, that was my thing for a while.
Ugh.
I know.
How much sugar is in that?
Oh, a lot.
Oh my god.
Why I have such a svelte physique these days.
Oh yeah. Same with me. I think you can see my nipples.
This is only 6 grams of carbs. These are not bad for you.
Oh, yeah, the carbs. Because I have 6 grams of carbs, I'm sure it's not bad for you.
It's got a
It's healthy.
ton of niacin.
Oh yeah,
That gives
that's
some energy.
important.
Niacin.
You need that niacin.
Have you ever had a niacin pill? It's quite a ride.
I only put them on my butt.
That would probably really hurt. Niacin
Yeah.
niacin pills. They make all your blood
loved every
vessels.
second.
They make all your capillaries and little blood vessels dilate, so you get bright red. Looks like you have a sunburn. It
What
lasts-
are they
great.
doing
Well,
in the niacin
you have no
house?
you have no idea what that did to my hemorrhoids.
You'd probably bleed out your butt if you did that. I don't think you should do that.
I bleed out my butt a lot because of my hemorrhoids.
All right. This is going to be
More.
an interesting episode.
More old man talk.
Well, we've already talked about a colonoscopy, so might as well talk about hemorrhoids.
You guys should invest
Wait,
in
you
a
guys don't
bidet.
have them? Am I the
No.
only one with hemorrhoids?
I have a bidet.
Me too.
I don't have a bidet.
You should get one.
I don't have-
Life changing.
I hate pooping not at my house.
Oh, I know. It sucks now. I had to. Well, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had hemorrhoids since I was 20, so
I'll just say I was out of my house recently. I had to go to Pennsylvania yesterday actually, and was at an event and had to poop while I was there, and it was oh man, no bidet. It sucks.
They don't have them in Pennsylvania, so yeah.
And it's a public bathroom, so the toilet paper is like fucking
Yeah.
sandpaper.
Yeah.
And it rips
Oh.
right away.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what, you gotta roll like half the fucking thing on your hand.
Yeah.
Your fingers a Tootsie Roll right away.
Oh.
Ah. Oh no.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy New Year. We're talking about
Uh,
poop.
Howdy ho!
That's right.
Poop, hemorrhoids. Oh man.
It's very punk rock of us, actually.
Yes, which is why why we mentioned it.
Yeah.
This
So,
episode.
okay, let's get into it. So, welcome back to Somewhere in Time podcast, everybody. Welcome to 2024.
Crazy man.
I know it's 2024. Hope everyone had a lovely holiday season. SomewhereInTimePodcast.com is where you find us online. Get to all of our stuff there. All of our episodes are streaming there. All of our social media is there. You can send us feedback on that website too, believe it or not. So
Yeah.
go there.
You can also share our stuff however you like.
Yeah.
You can rate us on Spotify,
You can rate us on
iTunes.
Grinder.
iTunes.
Please do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Please
yeah,
do,
Please,
yes.
sure.
Please do. Well, it helps
Helps
That's
what?
with rankings and whatnots.
And exposure.
Yeah.
Okay, this episode we are talking even though it's 2024, we have some leftovers. Well, we still have a 93 album to talk about, but we have an 83 album and a 93 album that's one of these is 93, one of these is 83.
This happened
Um,
last year too. Remember
Yeah,
that?
I know. Yes,
Yeah.
it does happen. There's a lot of holdovers and
Yeah.
so we are talking about an album from 83, Minor Threat, Out of Step, and from 93, Fugazi, In on the Kill Taker. So can you guess who recommended that we talk about these albums from this podcast? It wasn't me. I'll give you a hint. I'm going to say it was Keith.
Yes. Surprise! The punk on the metal show wanted to talk about Minor Threat and figured it was kind of with our, time frame thing going on. Having them having an album in '83 and the next incarnation of what Ian Mackay did, creating an album in '93. I figured it would be, and let's face it, when it comes to our specific region, our group of people are all, DC suburbs.
Yep.
And, Minor Threat and Fugazi are two of the biggest and most influential bands, not named Bad Brains,
DC,
that stemmed out of the DC region. So
yeah,
it's something that we should talk about, and
yeah, I was happy to.
yes.
Yeah. So we're starting with. How do you want to do this?
We
Because-
definitely want to start with Minor Threat.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay. That was the '83 album, and that's
Yes. So we're gonna
That's what you said. Yeah.
we're gonna start. Well, how about let's start with I mean, Ian MacKaye. Let's face it, he is kind of the guy behind all of this shit, and very much in the DC scene. His first band, the Teen Idols, it was his high school band, and you know, it's early punk in the late 70s, so nobody knew how to fucking play their instruments. They just did what they were doing, and Ian, I believe, was the guitar player of the band. One way or another, that ended, and that's when Ian decided he really wanted to make this next thing, like kind of have a statement or whatever, and he really made Minor Threat be the next incarnation of what he wanted. Now, let's face it, there were other people in the band, and they may have not ended up seeing things the same way, but we'll get to that.
So the album we're talking about is Out of Step. Is this? Forgive me, I didn't do any research on this barely. So
Okay.
is this? The one thing I did see is it's their only full length album. Is that right?
Their first album, Minor Threat, is kind of considered an EP, and I mean, let's face it. The one thing, like when I first bought a CD, when I first got a CD player for Christmas in 1994, one of the first CDs I did buy was the Minor Threat discography, because it is a CD. One CD.
Well, this album is only 21 minutes long. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, their original album, they put out EPs. The punk scene back in the late 70s, early 80s, it was more about putting out 7-inches.
Yeah. Okay.
And they did do that, but one way or another, they have Minor Threat, they have Out of Step, and then they've got a few other things that kind of they recorded, but I'm not sure how they came out back in the day. But they all ended up on the Minor Threat discography of one CD, and it doesn't really last that long to begin with. So,
guess what we forgot again?
Introductions.
We did.
oh, hi, I'm Keith.
So,
That's Keith. I'm Eric. Who else is here?
and
I'm here. I'm Joe. I know we know us. That's why we forget.
Oh, who's that last guy with the Pink Floyd shirt on?
I'm
There you
Tim.
go. All right, let's play a little bit of this so we can know, so we can get familiar with the band.
Yeah, please start at the very beginning.
Betray.
Play Betray.
Double bass.
Yeah,
I believe it is.
double
Punk
bass in there.
Yeah. All right, let's fade that out. So this band is, as Keith mentioned, Ian MacKaye on lead vocals, Lyle Pressler on lead guitar, Brian Baker on rhythm guitar, Steve Hansgen?
Hanskin.
Yeah, on bass, and Jeff Nelson on drums.
Yes.
And this album produced by Minor Threat. What is that? Don Ziantara.
Don Ziantara? I mean,
Ziantara, sorry.
well, yeah. That name doesn't mean shit to you, Eric? I mean,
Does not.
He is...
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I'm sure he's a great guy, or
yes,
not.
Well,
I don't know.
well, let me show this.
Never heard of him, sorry.
Never heard of him.
He's produced a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, he is the biggest guy.
Oh, he's from Arlington.
Yeah,
This was recorded
Inner Ear. This is
Yeah. Okay.
he is the main guy for the DC punk scene.
Oh, is that nice? Okay.
Were you at his house, man?
Oh, wow.
Were you? At his...
No, I wasn't in the band anymore. This is when Dan and John were still doing
That
it.
was a callback to another hardcore discussion.
Yes.
But
was he a full grown baby?
Don Ziatara.
Man, baby.
Well, let's have the stupid idiots that don't respect, the society that they're a part of. Don Ziatara, I mean, that guy has recorded Bad Brains. He's recorded Minor Threat. He's recorded so many major DC.
John Frusciante.
Okay, my dick is in your mouth.
I'm not kidding.
I bet he does. I mean, he is important, and you guys should know his name more than Alan Parsons or whatever,
I do now.
I don't know if we should know him more than Alan Parsons.
Dude, oh my God, for DC people, he is extraordinarily important, and it's
Eye in the
sad.
Sky, man. That was
really
a huge hit.
makes me sad that you guys did not know who he was before we started this conversation.
No.
I'm ready to get you real spun up here, Keith. Ready for this? I didn't know Ian MacKaye was in both of these bands.
Ian MacKaye.
I didn't know.
Neither did I. Not until I was out doing the research.
That's why
I did, because
that's why I wanted to. Wait,
before.
you guys didn't realize why I wanted to do Minor Threat and Fugazi.
Well, I knew that they were both DC bands. I knew that, but I didn't realize Ian MacKaye was.
But it was the Ian MacKaye.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I started doing the research.
Oh my God!
Look, man, I don't know that scene. I didn't listen to this stuff. You did.
But he's friends with
we'll get to that.
I did know he was buddies with Henry Rollins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hank.
Hank.
Well, let's get into that. All right, one way or another, yes. But let's actually talk about this. All right, so Ian MacKaye was the guitarist, I believe, in his first band, the Teen Idols. That was his high school band, and that's when punk was starting, and punk was like people didn't know how to play their instruments, and that was fine. That fell apart in high school or whatever, and this was his next project. And with this, he really wanted to be the vocalist. He wanted to, say his own words, and he didn't have any other expectations regarding the music. And when they first formed, I mean, that's the one thing. When you think of this band, it's Lyle Pressler, and you can listen to his guitar playing, and the guy can play. Brian Baker is the bassist. Was the bassist initially. Brian Baker is not a bass player. He's a guitarist.
He's also his rhythm on this album.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He never wanted to play bass. It's just that he was the guy that showed up, and they already had a guitarist. So, hey, guess what? You're a bassist. But he, growing up, played, kind of the prog rock and the jazz stuff. So he actually knew what the fuck he was doing. Lyle Pressler, I think, listening to how he plays, you can tell he's not some scrub.
Yeah.
But, it's still punk rock, so it's not as though they're doing like, Mahler's Fifth Symphony.
Well, I did find it interesting that there are like a lot of punk bands don't have it. Like you'll see three-piece bands a lot, but you don't see 5-piece punk bands a lot. Like rhythm and lead guitar. Like you don't see that a lot in punk bands.
In this regard, I'll flat out tell you, Brian Baker was fucking sick of playing bass.
Oh, okay.
He's a guitar player.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck you guys. I am playing guitar. And find another bass player. So Steve Hanskin came in, and he was actually a friend of Brian's that they had known each other for years beforehand. So when he got brought into this band, now this band had already been around for about 3 years before Steve got brought in, but still he comes in and gets to be the bass player of this enormous punk rock band. But the big thing you guys got to realize, Minor Threat, was, Ian kind of wanted to be the mouthpiece of it, and the rest of the band might not have seen eye to eye with that. Lyle Pressler The band, put out their first album in, I believe, 81. But Lyle Pressler, graduated high school and he went to college, I believe in Illinois, something like that. But he left for college, and that kind of ended the band, and everyone figured the band was over. He wasn't a big fan of the college, so he ended up coming back. So that's when this album happened.
Mhm.
But as stated, I believe Brian, like once he left for college, they kind of let Brian start playing guitar, something like that. And one way or another, once Lyle came back, they were recording the next album. They, Brian flat out was like, and everybody should realize that Brian Baker, the guy we're talking about, is, the rhythm guitar player of Bad Religion and has been for the majority of, since 1994, I believe. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh.
So what's the full life cycle of this band? Like, when do they start? When do they break up?
They started in probably 79 when they were they were all about pretty much the same age, 19.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest thing. This another thing we absolutely need to talk about. Straight edge. All right.
I was going to ask about that because there are some lyrics on this album where I'm like, oh, interesting.
Oh, yes. I mean, this band, for the most part, did not start the concept of straight edge. But straight edge is, no drinking, no smoking, no alcohol, no drugs, no sex. You don't dive into the vices that everyone else is doing. You just live your life and one way or another. Ian always made sure he had a beer bottle in his hand back in the day to make sure he'd be like, ha ha ha, look at me, I've got a beer bottle.
What, just to be ironic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just to piss people off. But one way or another, a lot of people attribute he is the guy who created the phrase straight edge with the song Straight Edge that, wasn't on this album, but was on the first album they put out. So one way or another, this Ian was the guy that really tried to straight up set up this whole concept of, this underground movement of not drinking or doing drugs or doing sex or, being shitheads. And back for all of them, the rest of the band, they were all underage. So they were like, all right, yeah, cool. And that's the crazy thing, because once we're in here at 1983, they're now all past 21, and they can now all make their own decisions, and and that is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why shit fell to shit.
Yeah.
I mean, once we get into the tracks here, you're going to realize that the one thing that really hit me in the face with this band is the fact that they were really singing lyrics that kind of were about, their reality. They weren't, doing what. I mean, let me take a step back. All right, when it comes to punk rock, because I'm the punk on the metal show.
Yes.
All right. I was a metalhead, and only a metalhead, and then on the day after Thanksgiving, 1992, I got arrested, and I got taken to the cop station, and my parents had to pick me up, and I got grounded for a few months. And once I got out of grounding, I went back out and met up with those guys that I got arrested with. And I got arrested for, possession of alcohol. Oh, man. One way or another, they kind of fucked me over a couple times. And shit ended up kind of weird and bad. with being those guys. And it turned out I'm a junior in high school, and I no longer have friends.
Yeah.
I no longer had anything, and that's when I met, or really, I had already met him, but I started spending time with a guy named John Wood. And I think the three of us, the other three guys, will know him better as Fane.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And Fane started introducing me to punk rock, and he got me, listening to the Dead Kennedys, the Dead Milkmen, and this is the first time I'd ever kind of branched outside of metal, and especially the Dead Milkmen. They're playing mainly acoustic. It's with no distortion at all or anything. It was confusing to me at first, and one way or another, this band, Minor Threat, I will never forget. This is one of those bands. Flat out, there are two bands in my life that changed everything. The first one, and I think I've described this more than enough during the show, was Metallica. I heard that and it was like, holy shit. For me, my friend John Hammond, and I don't know, Joe, if you remember John Hammond, he hung out with us a few times at Sam's house shows. But one way or another, he's just like, Keith, you got to listen to this mixtape I made. And so I throw in this mixtape. We're on a band trip to probably Atlanta or some goddamn band thing we were doing. And at the end of each side was something got played, this band, and it just kicked my ass like Metallica had years before.
That was Minor Threat.
Minor Threat. And
There
it,
you go.
like the one on the song on the first side was the song Minor Threat, and the song on the second side was Cashing In, which we'll be talking about later.
His name was John Hammond. Is this before or after he learned how to clone dinosaurs?
Well,
Sorry.
one way or another, I heard this band,
Spared no
and it was
expense.
just like a kick in my face, and it was like, holy shit, just like Metallica. Holy shit, why is anyone else making music? Why is that not the only thing that ever existed? This is what everyone should be trying to do and is failing, because this is perfect. Now, I got a strong feeling that the rest of you probably disagree with that assessment, but
Yes.
one way or another, I
wasn't affected the same way.
okay.
Correct.
One way or another,
No.
at the time, and that's another big thing about this band is when you listen to the lyrics, they're fucking talking about personal shit. I had just gotten arrested with a crew of friends, and I thought that I mattered or was friends with them. And when shit hit the fan, the times that they fucked me over, right after that, I got done. They didn't give a shit. I just got left. I wasn't allowed to spend time with them, and they could give a rat's ass. So I was emotionally at a point where shit was pretty important, and that's when I listened to songs like Betray and It Follows, and when he's talking about friends, the lyrics of this album talking about shit falling apart over time. It affected me, and it was just exactly what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. So, personally, that's kind of my story with Minor Threat. So, Minor Threat, yes, like Metallica, is the second band that when I started listening to it, it was a life changer. This is easily my shit. And fuck you all if you don't give it A+.
Well, I guess fuck me then.
Yeah.
It is interesting that we heard whatever, Maiden, Metallica, whatever, and it impacted us pretty much like that. Bam.
Yeah.
And when I heard punk or hardcore, it didn't have the same impact. I don't know.
I mean,
why?
well,
Why?
you guys, you know, we've listened to some Bad Brains, and
Yeah.
you guys were like, "Wow, Bad Brains isn't cool," and you're wrong.
Wait, that's not what
And
we said.
well, one way or another. I mean, we're talking about Minor Threat right now, and I think you're pretty much saying that Minor Threat isn't.
You haven't heard our
important.
opinion.
No.
We just said, you said
no.
it if you don't
No,
give an
no,
A plus. We didn't say it's not bad. We didn't say it's
No,
bad.
no. I'm saying I didn't. To this day, when I hear punk or hardcore, I'm not impacted the same way as I am with something like Metallica. That's all. I'm just
Right.
and I'm interested. I'm just curious. Why is it some kind of like how we hear music? Is it what is it?
There's
Like,
definitely
there's no
a
way to
talent
know.
level.
Yeah,
They're flat out. I mean, well, the funny thing about the talent level. All right, when Ian MacKaye was started off in Teen Idols, you know, it was his high school band, and you know, flat out, you know, back in the old days with punk rock, it's just like, all right, you be the guitar player, you're the drummer, because nobody actually played any instruments. It's just like, all right, fine. This band,
I
Brian
took in
Baker.
one lesson.
Well, Brian Baker, the bassist, you know, he actually was into all the, you know, kind of classic rocky shit and played that. He was a guitarist. And, you know, the musicians of that band before Steve Hanskin came in,
Yeah.
they really knew how to fucking play. They weren't just garbage. Ian MacKaye himself mentioned, you know, after I think at this point in the band, like, holy crap, these guys actually know what the fuck they're doing, because they can actually seriously play their instruments,
Mhm.
you know, better than, you know, anything that happened in Teen Idols. And that's the one thing. Like, let's face it, they are playing thrash punk, and so it's all just, you know, speed, and it's, you know, every song lasts at most a minute. But I mean, to
They
me,
got longer songs than
when
that, don't you?
yes, absolutely. But Ian, when this band was originated, Ian had a concept that he wanted to make sure maintained. Is, you know, he was the voice of this band. He wanted to make sure it said the right things. And as much as, you know, hey, you know, Joe, in our conversations leading up to this recording, you know, mentioned, you know, guilty of being white.
No, yeah.
Let's face it, you know, it's like, oh. But
I actually
you
didn't
know,
listen to that song.
well, Ian, you know, he was, as much as we all are like, oh my God, that's weird. Well, every one of the four of us, you know, were in schools and, you know, the DC suburbs where there were, what, 5 to 10 African American kids in the
If
entire
that.
school.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. For him, he was the one white kid.
Yeah, right.
in the
Well, he
school.
grew up in DC. So.
Yes, and he was getting his shit kicked out of him
Mm.
because he was the white kid.
Mm.
And that's what that song is about. The fact that when he was growing up, he got shit kicked out of him pretty consistently because he was the white kid.
Yeah.
The only white kid.
So why? Really?
Yeah.
So his upbringing was,
He lived in D.C.
yeah, he had very, it seems like very well-to-do lineage, though. His father worked for the Washington Post. His grandfather was like, they seem kind of, they seemed a little bit bougie reading his bio.
I mean,
bougie.
He grew up in Glover Park. His father was a White House reporter and worked at the Washington Post.
but
grandmother was she did advice columns and was a member of the Cosmopolitan Club.
Okay.
I'm just
as much as you're saying
like,
that, the high school he went to was still majority African Americans.
okay.
And unfortunately, there weren't as many white people.
Okay.
That's what that song is about. And just to mention that
Well, I can imagine it's been. I think you mentioned it's probably been co-opted by
racists. Racists love singing that song, but other people love singing that song as well. Specifically, Boo, and Boo, if you're ever listening, cheers. He's the lead singer of a band called Supreme Commander. He's African American, and so they started covering that song because it's hilarious.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so
that song's not actually on the album.
No, it's not.
No, that's on their first.
Should we get into the tracks then?
All right. Yeah.
Whoa, the tracks.
There you go.
What about the album cover?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
We should.
It's
I kind of like it. It's obviously the black sheep is drawn a little goofier than the other animal. The cows, I guess.
The other sheep.
Yeah.
Oh, the other okay. I'm looking at a tiny picture here, so I can't tell if those are sheep or cows.
Do you think those are cows?
Well,
you can.
Sheep makes
Spotify,
more sense. Yeah.
You can zoom in on the album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very crudely drawn sheep.
Well, is it? Well, are they cows? Because aren't the sheep hurt? Like, aren't they herding the cows? Type two.
They're herd
not
of sheep.
cows. It's all sheep.
They're sheeple.
You herd sheep too, and it's all white sheep, and it's one black sheep that's running away.
All right.
And that's
but he is drawn sillier.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cartoony. The other ones are kind of realistic.
Right. Yeah.
The kind of watercolor looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's a cool album cover.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I give the album cover a B+. How about that?
all right.
All right, tracks. We played a little bit of Betray, but
seriously, play this entire album. Let's face it. Another thing I love about this band is it's like, what's the time frame? A minute and a half?
I think 30 seconds.
30, whatever it is.
Which we've gone over that pretty much every episode. So
we could probably play most of these tracks, the entirety, and not have a legal issue. So,
well, I'll say It Follows. I think I immediately knew why you like this band a lot. I mean, that opening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the production, but
it's surprisingly good for this type of fast music in '83. I think I was very surprised.
I mean, it's Dawn.
I think everything sounds good except the drums sound like ass.
Well, yeah,
but
the drums are pretty rough.
The bass drum is like a. It's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect it to sound.
Well, no, it's a punk rock album, so like you're not expecting the Black Album when you listen.
No,
to it,
I kind of
like
That's what I
I mean,
expected.
It's drums being recorded in 1983.
Yeah. You can hear everything.
You can hear. Actually, I think
what metal in '83 was.
Mm-hmm.
True.
The bass tone is great, and I think the guitar is
Yeah.
good too. The guitar sounds great too. So
metal in '83 was drenched in reverb, everything.
Yeah,
and this is not. This is very dry. So.
Yeah. There's like no reverb at all in the drums.
No, it's
there's a spot
dry as a bone.
I think.
I don't know if he used actually two bass drums or if he had a double pedal, but you can tell that the mic is off.
Yeah.
Like when you can hear one kick drum when he does the double bass, one's quieter than the other.
Yeah, it almost sounds like he's doing it like a floor tom or something. Like, is that double bass?
Yeah, I'm pretty. But yeah,
I think it's double bass. Yeah,
I think it is too.
Yeah.
How prominent were double pedals back in '83?
I don't. Yeah, that's the one thing.
I'm
It's
sure they
like in
existed, but I
83,
think it couldn't be
don't
that
know
common.
that it was double bass. You know.
Well, play it again.
Well, there was definitely double bass in 1983.
Was it the
Yeah,
opening
for
song?
sure.
Sure, but the punk bands couldn't afford their instruments, so I don't think you can afford 2 bass drums.
I don't hear a hi-hat there.
It sounds like double bass though.
He could be doing, you know.
I guess it could be the fourth on there.
Just really fast, yeah.
That would explain why it sounds different. So yeah, that's probably what it is. Well,
Yeah, he could be
anyway,
just-
it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I got when it comes to this song, I've got a little, thing I found.
which one, Betray or It Follows?
It follows.
Okay.
It touches upon themes of societal pressure and conformity, and the feelings of being pursued or haunted by expectations and obligations. Lyrics describe a perceived shift from a time when things were seemingly simpler, with defined gender roles and identities. And then with the line, when boys were boys and girls were girls, implies a longing for a simpler, more rigid construction of society. The chorus, the repetition of "It Followed Me," suggests a sense of unease or discomfort that persists and remains present throughout the song. It can be seen as a metaphor for the pressures and expectations that followed the narrator, potentially symbolic of the societal norms and rules they feel compelled to adhere to.
Wow.
So,
All that in 83?
hey.
Jeez.
Punk rock is more intellectual than all your metal bullshit.
Wow, I'm just surprised that that sounds like stuff that's happening today.
Well,
Like,
this
yeah.
is. I don't
That
know
sounds
when
more
that
like-
was written. That was. I'm quoting. I don't even know.
Well, I mean, the first lines are, I thought I had left it behind in another fucking time when boys were boys, girls were girls, and faces were hard to find. Like, that sounds exactly what you were just talking about. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, another thing for me personally. Let's face it. When it comes to metal and it comes to punk, these lyrics are fucking saying shit. The big thing I think about this band is that Ian MacKaye was trying to make sure he was expressing exactly what he wanted to say, and metal was just like, Satan is awesome. Let's all be Satan. Yeah.
unless you were in like Motley Crue or Poison, and then you're talking about,
fucking and fucking.
Yeah.
exactly. Which
Yeah.
there is, there's nothing to those lyrics. There's no, nothing intellectual about those lyrics. That's for damn
I
sure.
mean, this isn't necessarily intellectual in the fact that it's more about
That's not.
shit
I mean, it's
people
thought
deals
provoking.
with.
It's
Yeah.
it's it makes
But
you think.
that is the big thing. As stated, this band was the second band. Like John gave me that mixtape, and I heard these 2 songs, and I was like, why is anyone else making music that isn't this? And you guys may disagree, but one way or another, this shit just hit me exactly where I wanted it to, and I went back for more.
Think again. Let's see. The only note I had on this was 112 is another good example of the bass tone on this one. There's some isolated bass stuff there. You know what I was gonna say? They remind me a little bit of early ST. So
For sure, yeah.
Like
Oh,
his
definitely.
vocals, especially on parts, like especially
Yeah.
this song, like his vocals are very early Mike Muir.
Oh yeah.
I just looked up their discography because I wasn't sure if that album came out in '83 also, their debut, but it
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Which is so. What did we do? Like a 25 year when we talked about that album? We must have, right?
Did we talk about that album? I guess we did. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
We did, yeah.
So it must have been
must have been 25 years.
25, yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the first things I thought of when I heard this album.
Yeah.
It sounds like the first ST album.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even want to. I was like, is that like a dumb thing to say? Like,
I don't think. Well, I don't know the
I wanted to
lyrics.
say it too, but I was like, it does sound like that. But I'm like, is that just my own ignorance and not knowing this genre? I'm just like, it sounds like suicidal.
No, this one in particular.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
song. That's
yeah.
Because
Being the punk of the metal on the metal show, yes, they are. Let's face it, this is thrash punk, and that's what Suicidal started with. Now, Minor Threat had been doing this for a few years prior, but
I'm sure ST had it as well, though, right? They didn't just put out an album right away.
No.
Yeah, but
They started the same year as Minor Threat. Like they were formed the same year.
they were
Just a
formed
different
in
coast.
79.
1980. They're both in 1980. So
yeah. Let me see if I can find that isolated bass thing.
it's surprisingly gnarly and
Very bright.
upfront bass
Yeah.
for that.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the funniest thing is that when you think about this band and fans of this band will flat out be like, "Who the fuck is Steve Hanskin?" Because flat out he is. Oh God, when he joined the band, it ruined everything. And he was just a friend of Brian's that Brian it was fucking fed up with goddamn playing bass in a band because he didn't ever want to play bass.
Right.
He wanted to play guitar. So he finally was playing guitar. And he pulled this guy in and voila. Yes. Steve Hanskin got to play some monumental shows with a punk rock band that is one of the most important in the entire planet. But people, when you think about Minor Threat, you think about four people. And Steve Hanskin is not one of them.
He's the odd man out.
Yes.
This is the thing about punk fans in general. Like they're so fucking snobby about shit like that. Like they make metal people look like hippies compared to like like no, they played 5 chords in that song. Fuck them. Like they're trying to be too musicy now. It's not about that. It's about being intellectual. That's my percent. Am I off on that? Do you get that sense from?
You're absolutely off on that because it's metal people that have no penises. And
wow, he took it to a totally different spot. But okay.
All right.
Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
That's what
no,
Keith
no.
said.
I mean,
Yeah.
play the other thing.
That bass playing is too good.
What other
for
thing?
These guys.
The thing I told you to record and use.
Oh yeah. I don't have that.
I didn't know that was.
Why? Oh my God! You don't even have it, you motherfucker.
I thought you wanted me to play the song. I didn't know you want me like just the.
No, I wanted that to be played like I answered your question, motherfucker.
Oh, I see.
I mean, you can pull it up, right? It's just on.
Oh, you
Actually,
just
it's on-
wanted that
it's-
clip of him saying that? It's on that
Yes,
thing.
that's this. I didn't actually give a shit about hearing the song. I figured that clip would be usable
I don't know. Sorry.
in what we were.
Well,
saying.
I can pull it for future episodes. How about
Okay,
that? Sorry.
you're
I'm glad you
fired.
finally. I don't know. I didn't know either.
If anyone was wondering what the joke was, you guys both were like, "What is that? Oh, what was the question?" Well, I just quoted what Ian McClain
We hadn't listened to
said.
it yet, so
Yes.
it's like,
Well,
what are
you should have
talking about?
listened to it, and
I
then
did
you would
listen to it.
realize that what
And
I
then
wrote
afterwards
was a direct quote of what Ian said.
This is shenanigans, foolishness.
See, then you pull that shit out, like that's. God damn you!
That's
That's what I wanted that quote to be used for. I quit. All right.
Well, you gotta play it or something to
I know what
put a.
It is at the end of the song. You can just play it.
Yeah, just exactly. The song is very short.
is it in that song? I thought it was
It's the
only in the
first song.
outtakes.
The outtakes are on Spotify.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I see it. All right. Let me see.
Does that answer your question, motherfuckers?
There, we got it. Yay, we did it.
Yay! All right.
Are we going track by track?
It's a little awkward. I mean, we can. I mean, let's face it. You could seriously, possibly play every single track, and it won't list. It won't make it to the secondary amount of time frames.
I like the chorus on "Look Back and Laugh." That was a good. I like that. We'll play that.
And I can always put it aside. What can we do? What can we do? Drive! 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 Fuck it, man! Fuck it! I can't get at me. Man, make us too much shit. Someday, look back and laugh. Mr. President, go away. Come and fuck with us some other day. Mr. Felix, run and hide. You have no right to what you feel inside.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not in love with it like you are, Keith, but it was fine.
Sob Story's lyrics are
Yeah.
good.
I thoroughly enjoyed Sob Story.
Yeah,
That was fantastic.
that might be my favorite.
Yeah, the lyrics are awesome.
I mean, the lyrics of this entire album are awesome.
These are awesomer a little bit.
It's not fair. The land is our right. You did. But we're all sit back and watch.
Could have called this song Fox News if it came out later.
Always like that, boy. I'm glad I'm not in your shoes. I'm a dead. Good work for you. It's so fucking alone. I'm a dead. Good work for you. I don't blame you when you bitch and moan.
Ooh, harmonics.
Yeah.
The cynics should have got everybody takes. Your opportunity never gets. The break belong to you, everybody takes. You're just a circus, boy, I'm glad I'm not in your shoes. I'm a dead. Good work for you.
Yeah.
I like the end when he says, "Boo fucking who."
Oh yeah.
And moaning. Boo fucking who?
It's like he went ahead in time, forward in time, and discovered Facebook, and then came back in time and wrote about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song's awesome.
Let's see. I think "Out of Step" the song is where I was. I know I'm going out of order here, but that was a song where I was like, oh, I see. These guys are straight edge.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
well, that's well. Let's face it. Ian MacKaye probably created the phrase.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Straight Edge, the song, it came out on their first album, and the lyrics are: "I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't fuck. At least I can fucking think." And straight edge.
Hmm.
So one way or another, it's
Those lyrics are in this, aren't
possibly
they?
believed that they kind of came up with that phrase that turned into the horrendous, god awful bullshit of straight edge. Fuck hard.
Yeah, that's how this starts, right?
Go
Yeah. Are those lyrics from that too?
Oh yeah, this song is on both albums.
Oh, okay.
It's just this version has the little there's a little kind of spoken word where I don't care if you're doing fucking or playing golf.
Oh, okay.
That's some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, don't play that part.
Listen, there's no set of rules. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm saying is I'm bringing up 3 things that are like so important to the whole world. I don't have to find much importance in. Because of these things, whether they're fucking or whether they're playing golf. Because of that, I feel I gave up. I'm upset with the world. I gave up.
Not a fan of the out of step with the world. With the world. I don't. No, not a fan. Don't like that vocal inflection that he does there. It's not.
So what is he saying in that spoken word part? Is he just saying like that's how I feel?
Yeah.
And then people just took it as like, oh, it's
well,
Moses coming down with the
yes.
or not Moses.
What he said is just, as a matter of fact. I mean, the funny thing is this is the second recording of the song. You know that without the little golf part. I think it was recorded earlier, but one way or another, they did this and straight edge became synonymous with Ian MacKaye and other
Henry Rollins. He was a big.
Oh yeah, Hank and Ian were like best friends, It's another thing. Oh god damn it! I wish I wasn't as drunk as I am right now. But
there's a sound clip for you.
Some of these songs, some of these songs on this album, people are like, "Oh, he was so mad when Henry, joined Black Flag." Henry Rollins, Hank was. His original band was SOA. God damn it. What the fuck does that stand for?
Sons of Anarchy.
No.
Just kidding.
But one way or another, he was in a local DC band. And, I've got some of that, and it's not great. And Black Flag, had gone through numerous vocalists and was, trying people out in New York. So Henry went up there and he got the job.
SOA is State of Alert.
Yeah, State of Alert.
Well, how much?
There you go.
I mean, I'm not trying to say we shouldn't, but how much more of this do we want to like? Do you want to do?
Well,
are there highlights you want to go over? Like, are there
cashing in?
Okay.
Play that entire fucking song.
No, that's the longest.
That's the longest. Yeah. The opening laugh on this is pretty funny. I thought that was good.
How do you do? I don't think that we've met. My name is Ian, and I'm a minor threat.
I like that he introduces himself, even if it's at the end of the album.
Kiss me pound after every set.
That's why I waited to introduce us, because I knew it would be better if it was later in the episode.
And just like they are, we're gonna get rich off of this guy. Nice speech, Cosmo. Very nice.
I've got some money, and I'm feeling fine. A couple of dollars, and means a good time. Well, I'm gonna be alright. With the money that I'm making off of you tonight, sucker. We don't care. We don't care. We'll steal your money.
That's a pretty great chorus, though.
Yeah. You know who took inspiration from this big time is Guar.
Yeah.
I was listening to this going, oh my gosh, this is like Guar song from the first album.
Mhm.
Big time.
100%. You're right.
So,
Mhm.
yeah. Also a Virginia band, not a DC band, but, you know, I'm sure they were aware of Minor Threat.
Absolutely.
93.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, play the end of it.
Oh, yes.
Or later in the song. Like,
Oh, the riff at the end of the song is the best thing about the whole album, actually.
oh. I hate you, Eric.
There's no place like home. So where am I? There's no place like home, right? There's no place like home. So where am I? There's no place like home. There's no place like home. So where am I?
Maybe that was the question.
Maybe.
Where am I? All right.
All right.
We want to grade this before we move on to.
I don't feel comfortable grading things out of my wheelhouse.
this has come up before.
Yeah.
I'm going to
don't like it.
probably kill. I mean,
It's like
there's going to be this. Oh my guys, guess what? There's probably going to be, you know, one of those like American Monster, you know, things when you guys don't give this an A+, I'm going to like kill you guys because you realize that this is better than Metallica. And
You're not driving to West Virginia. to
oh,
kill
I
me.
am to kill you. Oh fuck yeah!
It's a long drive.
I mean, this, you know, as stated, Metallica was the first band that was like, holy shit, this changes everything for me. Minor Threat was the second band. You know, there's only two of them that did it. This band was like, holy crap, that is what music should be. And if you don't believe that, if any of the three of you don't give this an A+, I am going to fucking kill you.
My brain can't process that.
Because you're not smart enough. But
I don't know. I can't process
outside of that. You
hearing
just,
Master of
just-
Puppets.
but idiot, just say A+, and then we're fine. Then you won't die. Then I won't have to hug Pam at your funeral and be like,
crazy.
sorry, Pam.
I like you, but you're crazy.
Sorry.
C-.
Oh,
Man.
I'm taking this for, I've never heard this band. This is an album I just listened to, and if I was to grade it, that is what I would give it. So
You
C-.
never listen to my...
Well, you're surprised by that?
I never had either.
You're surprised that I never listened to Minor
I had
Threat?
never really dug
I
into
thought it was
them.
just a T-shirt people wore.
Pam knew about them.
They're like Black Flag, you know.
Pam sings that one song all the time.
It was definitely better than I was
I might have
expecting.
all the time.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Okay,
I thought it
so...
was- I thought it was. I gave it a B.
Okay.
I thought it was.
I
had
won't
aggression. It had some melody.
I won't slaughter you painfully. I'll just kill
It's-
you.
The one thing I thought was funny was like back in the day. This is probably like, oh my god, that's like the craziest shit, man. That Minor Threat stuff. Like people thought it was like crazy, you know. And like hearing it today, you're like, I'm not saying it sounds tame, but it's like it's melodic, you know. It's
They sold out.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's aggressive. But it's like it's funny to compare it to what's in the world today. There's so much crazier shit out there, and you're like, man, it's crazy to think this was the
Yeah.
like holy shit, that band Minor Threat, man.
Well,
They're fucking crazy.
you could look at Kill 'Em All in the same way.
yeah,
like,
and exactly. It's the
you
same thing.
Like
You're
Kill 'Em All
like,
was considered that's the fastest shit everyone's ever written. But then you go listen to, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Now you hear Metallica in stadiums, and you hear them in you know wherever.
Right.
It's like, well, like God, I heard Twisted Sister in the grocery store the other day, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? This was
That shouldn't be what the fuck. That should be like, fuck yes. I
It
win.
is. It
I
is.
fucking win.
That's kind of my point, is like how things have changed from 1983, 84 to like now, where now you're like, shopping for cucumbers and you hear we're not going to take it. And that was on the PMRC, hit list. And you're like, this is fucking crazy.
No, it's awesome.
It's great.
It is fantastic.
But to say that in 84, you'd be like, that's never going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
But
All right,
here
Joe.
we are.
So we're at you.
Isn't that
And
graded already?
No.
Oh,
You refused, you said.
because it's not my thing. I don't know.
A plus.
A plus, Keith,
See? He
He survives.
understands.
with an
Gets
erection.
it.
I feel like Keith's like Negan. He's got like a bat with like spikes sticking out of it.
I'm the punk on the metal show. So, hey.
Taking it like a champion.
Thank you, Joe. And I love
Got
it.
it.
How do you feel when I say I like the Fugazi album better?
Well, it is better.
Yeah, it is better.
I think I like the Minor Threat album better, actually.
I don't. I think the first 4 songs on
It
the
was-
Fugazi
All right,
album
all
are
right,
better
all
than
right.
anything
Well,
on the Minor Threat album.
Well, that could
This
be.
is
Yeah,
a great
that's probably
leeway
true. That's
right
probably
into
true.
the Fugazi shit.
Yeah.
Let's face
I like the Fugazi album better than this Fugazi, the one before this Fugazi album.
Well, we're not talking about 13 songs or repeater.
I should go listen to those other ones because let's talk about this
Yeah.
one. This is In on the Kill Taker by Fugazi, and we'll play a little bit of it to get started. All right. So hey, guess who the singer of this band is?
Yeah.
We covered that already. And guitar, Ian Mackay. Also on guitar is Guy Picciotto. Is that how you say that?
I.
Picciotto?
Now that you're like staring at me to be like, yes, you're close enough to it, so let's just not.
Joe Lally on bass and Brendan Canty on drums.
Yes.
And produced by, it looks like, Fugazi and Ted Nicely. And then,
Same studio as the other album.
yeah, and the same engineer from the guy I'm going to butcher his
Don
name again.
Zientara.
Yes, the entire. Thank you.
Was the Minor Threat on Discord? Did they have that label? That's his label, right? Ian, however you say his last name.
That is, yes. Ian and the drummer of Minor Threat created the label Discord.
Yeah, so I like this album overall. I will say I did think that it falls off probably around track 6, 5, 6. It's
6, I think,
yeah,
a little bit. First 5 are really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like the first.
It's very strong, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really dislike the rest of it. It's just
yeah. It gets kind of slow, and there's a couple songs where it's like, all right, come on, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, for
just
sure.
go. Like, why are you
That's-
like this? You've been doing this for 2 minutes straight. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, returning the screw is just like,
Yes. Yeah, I think that's
why
one
did you start doing something?
I didn't realize they
It's like
were
that.
different lead vocals. That was-
Well, they
Same guy.
swap. They
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I recognize there's different someone else singing. Like, I
didn't really even think about it.
yeah, that first song, in fact, that didn't sound much like. Maybe it was Ian. I don't know.
It is.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Everyone knows their most famous song is "Waiting Room."
No.
Please tell
They
me.
don't.
Oh my God.
I mean,
What does Spotify say?
3 more people now know.
You're correct. You're right.
you don't know the song "Waiting Room."
88 million streams.
It's played at Commanders games, Redskins games. It was played at Redskins games.
Was?
Here,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yes.
play it.
Oh, yeah, I know the song. Sorry, I jumped ahead to my own Spotify. Yeah, when you you'll know.
Hello.
That's short.
I still don't know it.
Really, you never heard this?
Oh my god.
Huh?
I am a patient boy. I wait. My time to wanna start a train.
No.
Everybody move. Please don't leave me to remain.
Sorry, never heard that in my life.
Huh.
I'm not sorry, and I've never heard it.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that.
His
I
jaw's
think I
gonna
need to
hit the
quit.
floor. He's like,
I mean, you guys have seriously never heard that song?
two of us haven't.
Well, I mean, we can't say for sure, but we don't remember it. If we did.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's probably more likely. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. It just confuses me. It's like
To be perfectly honest, I don't remember any songs I've heard at a Redskins / Commanders game. I would assume we probably heard Crazy Train, Welcome to the Jungle.
It's mostly rap music.
I mean,
frankly,
Yeah, I don't know.
sure, but I mean, that one song is probably the biggest DC song that's ever existed.
No.
You know, I don't know how do you not know that?
We just don't, man. Let's tell you.
Hey, well, if we're talking about the Kill Taker,
Yeah, we should get back to that.
not surprised.
Yes.
How about album cover? It's
I think
pretty
it's
cool. I like it.
I liked it too.
You know,
It makes me sad.
You said
Why?
It's just it looks sad. What is it?
Washington Monument
it's
is
DC and
But
sepia.
it looks it's all depressing looking.
sad.
The colors.
What's that
They
in the
use the
background? Is that
Instagram
like
filter.
lyrics written in the back?
Art should make you feel something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's like lyrics behind it though, right? There's like a little.
Yeah, it looks like or something.
I see the
Probably
kill
lyrics.
taker at the bottom.
Yeah, I would say it's
Interesting.
lyrics.
Maybe it's a set list.
That's interesting. I think it's
I don't know.
lyrics. Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, it's a cool album cover. I like it.
I mean,
Not much
you
to
know,
it. It's pretty simple.
But let's
Mhm.
face it, when it comes to the album, I'm sorry, but that's the one thing for me. Minor Threat was like a band that changed everything for me, and was like, holy shit! Why is anyone trying to do anything besides what they're doing here?
Mm.
And then I heard, and let's face it, there are numerous bands that Ian was involved in between Fugazi and Minor Threat. But, I kind of blame Fugazi for not being Minor Threat. And,
Seems kind of fascist to want everybody to do the same
well,
music.
one way or another,
Mr. Leftist.
I would love for Minor Threat to have existed for more than the hilarious short time that they did. And
No.
they didn't. And one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about either of these bands. So is Fugazi even still around? Did they break up? Like, what's the deal?
That's the thing. They don't play anymore. So that's the thing. Like, you say that, did they break up? For cool people, it's not a thing that we consider. Hey, my old band, the Overprivileged, we've played some shows, got to play the Auto Bar not too long ago. Maybe we'll play in Morgantown. As a matter of fact, we might play in Morgantown.
What?
Yeah.
123 Pleasant Street.
I don't know where. But
usually
but
when-
we got an offer to play in Morgantown sometime next year.
Let's go.
All right.
We're
Yeah.
going. We're all going.
You know, like Scott and Dan were like, "Hey,
Let's go.
why
Let's
the
go.
fuck would we do this?" And I'm like, "We should do this because it is absolutely absurd." You know,
You should
like,
wear-
I mean, we should. It's some kind
You
of
should wear
like,
University.
all
You should wear
day.
University of Pittsburgh shirts too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, one way or another, you know, we got the offer to like play the show, and I'm like, why the fuck would we not play a town we've never played before? You know, 20 years after we mattered at all. You know, this is the absolute shit we should do.
Hey, why isn't Instinct getting these calls? What's going on? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We played two closets.
When did you play CBGBs? When did you play?
Keith, that was,
Oh,
I was mimicking our audience reaction at every one of our
You
shows.
didn't have an
played-
audience.
we played Jacks.
Got golf claps from three
We got-
people.
We got shut off early at Jacks.
Yeah, your bass amp was fucking up, wasn't it?
It broke.
Yeah,
Well,
Died right there.
okay,
good times.
So,
I'm sorry,
Fugazi.
Keith. I'm having a hard time with this because, like, I don't know that I'm relying on you for a lot of this, and you're
well, unfortunately, I can't
Blasted.
say anything. That's the thing about Fugazi. Fugazi is the like I heard like Minor Threat changed my life. I'm like, holy crap! Like I was a metalhead, and then I heard Minor Threat, and I was just like, wow, metal is stupid, and anyone who's a metalhead is below me. And,
Did you say below me or blow me?
they blow me and are below me.
You'd have,
And they
you'd have
eat
to
Blow him,
baloney.
they blow him below him.
Yes. Well, all
Oh,
of
you
you.
can't-
I mean, you all remember
just
all the
shouldn't be.
times you guys have sucked my penis. So, I mean, it's a lot of times. So,
Wow.
It's incalculable.
Incalculable.
yes.
Oh man,
It just sucks.
Hey, that smallpox champion. I like that song.
that's a good song.
All right.
Yeah.
So Ian
Yeah.
McKay leaves,
Oh.
or they might have heard breaks up. Fugazi comes along. I'm trying to think of
Well, no, that's the whole thing.
7 or 8 other bands in between. I
in
think.
between Minor Threat and Fugazi, Ian was. Let's see here.
Keith blames Fugazi somehow.
Well, exactly.
Well, I'm trying to think of an analogy or a band that's
No,
sort of
he
situation has
played. He
happened.
played with Al from Ministry.
No, Al Jurgensen.
Yes, Palehead was
Okay.
the name of the band, and exactly, it's just this straight edge guy who
With
doesn't
the guy that
believe
did
in
all the
drugs,
drugs.
Exactly.
playing with Al Jurgensen. Just
he
like,
doesn't even shower.
how the fuck did that happen?
That is
But,
crazy.
That's quite the combo. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's like the
exact
odd
opposite.
But he was an egghead. He was, you know, there's been a number of things, but
I mean, regardless, you wanted Fugazi to sound like Minor Threat. Was the point? right?
well, that's the whole thing. It's just like Minor Threat. You know, Metallica and Minor Threat are the two biggest bands that affected me ever. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, well, Minor Threat ended, and this is the band that got created outside of that. And it's just like, holy crap, this sucks.
Yeah, F minus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about like a metal band where that maybe that happened to us, but I'm having a hard time. Like there was a band we liked, they broke up. Maybe one of the guys from that band went on to do this. We were like, ugh.
Belladonna.
No, that doesn't count. I'm having a hard time thinking of anything.
This is how Dave Mustaine sees his own band. That's how Keith feels about Fugazi.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean,
like maybe David Wayne from Metal Church going
I
to
can't-
Reverend, but that doesn't really count.
They just traded singers.
Yeah, they traded singers, so it's not really the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now they're all dead.
well, I mean, If we want
The
to start,
singers?
do we want to start getting into the tracks? 'Cause,
Whoa, the tracks.
I was trying to. Smallpox Champion, I really like.
Yeah, that's a great song. That might be my favorite on the album, actually.
Yep.
And that's the
I like Rend It too. That's kind of prongy.
mm-hmm.
What
They
about,
kind of that's the one that kind of started dragging for
all
me
right,
a little bit.
23 beats
I like
off.
it. But I
Let's
think
let's
it's
talk
only
about that.
not even 4 minutes. Yeah, that one. Having a little trouble with that one.
Song
Why
is
is
not
that?
good. From 2:58 to 6:42, it's the same fucking thing over and over. So you're playing it for 4 minutes. It's nothing
Well,
but like a single
do you-
snare.
Do you like? Have you thought about what it's about?
23 beats off.
No.
Well,
I haven't
it
thought
turns
about it.
out, 23 is the jersey number of Magic Jordan, or Air Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. What the fuck his goddamn name is?
Yeah,
I've been drinking a lot. But the opposite of it is
Jersey Jordan?
Magic Johnson is 32.
Was he 32? Okay.
And Air Jordan is 23. So the 23 beats off is that this might be about how
Michael Jordan jerks off?
No, Air Jordan was jerking off in his hotel room instead of fucking randoms, which is what Magic Johnson was doing, which led him to get the AIDS.
Oh.
That's what this song is about?
Really?
It does say a household name with HIV in the lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, they're both doing fine, I think.
Well, not
Well, I
93.
mean, Magic Johnson's got AIDS, so I don't know.
Doesn't have AIDS.
Yeah, he does.
He's got HIV.
HIV positive.
He's just positive. Yeah, I mean, oh. Okay.
I don't know. This was a song where it's like, I don't know, 250.
Wait, he used to pretend he was fighting some war somewhere?
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that lyric.
Yeah, I
How
saw
does
that
that fit
too.
in?
He used to pretend, yeah.
All right, I didn't write the goddamn song, so I don't know what that
Yeah, that didn't do much for me, that song. We didn't play Smallpox, or was it Smallpox Champion? Play a little bit of that. I think 310 was where I loved, like, that's my favorite part of the song. Remind me of like early Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah.
I can hear where Dave Grohl got some inspiration for sure. I know he's a fan. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, this album, I love the first 4 songs, but then it just kind of
Really?
falls off for me. Yeah, it's. I mean, and
I mean, for
again,
me,
it's not.
Great Cop for me is
Yeah, I did like
my
that song.
favorite. But
Yeah, I did like that song. It's the shortest song on the album.
Super
It's
short.
more. Yeah, that's the
it
punkiest
is
song on the
more
album.
punk. Yeah.
Yeah. Harmonics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really going track by track. I'm just kind of picking out highlights for me. I liked Cassavetes. I think that was a pretty good song. I'll play a little bit of that.
Oh yeah, that one kind of sticks out.
What do you think of the snare sound on this album, Tim?
Not a big fan.
Well, does it work for this though?
I think it does. Yeah.
I guess so.
That's actually one of my notes was the production's good, and actually the drums fit for this kind of music, I think.
It's still kind of.
This isn't the famous song that you just. It riff sounds the same, doesn't it?
It does.
The album before this, the production, the mixing is better. I think. I like that album better.
I didn't think that.
Betty Died of Nothing, I think it's called.
I'll have to check it out.
On a lark, I just started going.
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes.
See what they're like.
Let's go back and yeah.
Oh yeah, he does the Rolling Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, that's a good song. I
Yeah.
like that one.
that was cool.
And I don't know what he's fucking talking about in that one.
No.
Did you say like Spaniards and stuff in there?
Yeah.
Probably.
The last song kind of reminded me of the Pixies a little bit.
You got a Rickenbacker guitar in this picture? I think he does.
Oh, nice. This song.
To me, this is just so boring. And
Yeah, it was very. I don't know. To me, this is like sounds kind of like Pixies.
I believe this song is considered to be like the cool, like, oh yeah, man, last chance for this good, and I'm cool, and I'm like, I don't.
It's bottom.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty boring. It is that same riff like the whole fucking time.
I know. Just okay.
Yeah, and that was my problem with half the album. It's like, it's just the same fucking riff over and over.
Yep.
For a lot of the songs.
Yeah, there wasn't like, riff, chorus, bridge. There was like riff, and
Yeah.
all of it was done on the riff, and it lasted, instead of a minute, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Let's move along. It's,
Yes, that would have been good if you knew how to play music, and you don't. So fuck you, Joe Lally, and
play that annoying walk-in syndrome beginning.
Oh God. Yeah, that was 26 seconds of this.
Like, oh my god.
No, that's enough.
I don't know. Why did that go
fall
on
asleep
for
to
30
that.
seconds?
I don't know. Yeah.
So
Oh,
one way or another. All right. So where are we at? Grades?
F minus. I said it already.
Oh boy.
I wrote down B minus.
This
Because
band broke up your Metallica.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
right.
They what?
Because I did like the first 4 songs a lot. Like I think the first 4 songs, and I liked, Smallpox. What was it? Smallpox something or other.
Champion.
Champion.
Cha 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 champion.
Yeah, I like that one a lot actually.
Yeah, that's
It's a good song.
Yeah.
So, and again, there's parts of the album really good, and then there's like songs that just like completely fall off, and I don't care about at all. But, not a bad album. Just not something I'm probably gonna go back to very often. I do want to check out their earlier album, like Joe was saying. So I might go back to
Repeater, and 13 songs are probably what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't want to ever hear anything off of this album again. So I'm going D minus.
Ooh.
Oh,
Damn.
man.
Damn.
That was in the C plus B minus range.
Hey man, go C plus. Lift it up. But I mean, I did not be happy.
All right, fine. I'll just say C plus.
I did not be happy.
That's what it feels
Are you
okay.
sticking with your F minus, Joe?
Sure.
Hey, man. I get it. I get that because
Averages to like a D.
Oof.
Yeah.
Seems
It's definitely not a D album in my opinion. but-
no. It's not a D.
I thought I
album.
read somewhere what Smallpox Champion was about. I'm trying to skim. I think it's about killing Native Americans.
no. Did smallpox do that?
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Well, anything going on with everybody? Any cool things? Anything you guys got?
Have you watched?
What'd you all get for Christmas?
I got Spider-Man 2 for PS5. There you go. That's what I got.
I got a
I don't know.
Nintendo 74. Is that what's
Nice.
out?
Nice.
I got a Commodore 83 with the
a
floppy
weird number for it.
adapter thing.
Yeah,
The
it takes
5.5 or 5 1/4 inch.
Yeah,
it takes
I got that.
83 floppy disks to play one game.
and it takes about a week to load the game.
Please wait. Loading.
Please. So it's
Remember the-
45 minutes.
Did you play GTA Vice City?
No.
The
No.
beginning, when you loaded the game up, it was a Commodore 64 load screen. And you had to
Oh,
type in.
nice.
It was like
Uh-huh.
fake typing in
Nice.
load, comma,
Yeah.
quote, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. What a nightmare that was. Stupid tape. The game's on tape. What the fuck?
Yeah. Cassettes.
Because, oh my god, why? Anyway,
I don't know.
have you
Well-
watched Hijack on Apple TV? Anybody?
No.
With Idris Elba? Holy shit, was that good?
Those
Oh
are
my
good?
God.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that was awesome.
We're
Was it a
looking for
movie
something
or
right now.
or show?
It's a show. It's a like 8-episode show, but it's essentially a movie. It's not like it's just like when the episode ends, the next one starts. Right, last episode ended. It's just all the way through.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
We're new season of Fargo is really good, by the way. I don't know if you guys
should have to
I'm
watch
watching that yet, but
I haven't
Damn.
started that one. I just found out about it.
yeah, no, it's
Somebody told me just 2 days ago. Did you say
the
that?
cast is really good. It's Juno Temple's in it from Ted Lasso.
Okay.
She's the
Hmm.
girlfriend,
Mhm. I bet
and,
she's not British in that.
John Hamm, who Tiff and I were talking about this the other day. We feel like John Hamm is like this generation's Kevin Bacon. Like that dude is just everything.
He hasn't
Is he?
everything.
Is
John
he?
Hamm. Yeah. Well,
He was
okay,
in-
maybe because we just watched the morning show on Apple TV and then we started watching Fargo. And
I was
he's in
supposed to
both of
watch
those
that.
shows.
Hey, and he was
Uh-huh.
in Angels and damn it, not Angels and Demons. What the fuck?
Oh,
am I
that
talking
yeah. I know what you're talking about the
Drawing a blank.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's the David Tennant show.
Yeah. Good Omens.
Good Omens.
Bad
yeah,
Omens. Good Omens?
Yeah.
Good Omens.
Yeah.
Bad Omens?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Is it good or bad? I think it's
Good Omens. It's
Good
I think it's called Owen's
Good
Omens.
It's Good Omens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was also a great show if you haven't watched
Very
it.
good. Yeah, very good show.
Based on a book series that Tiff read that I did not. But
Oh
So
my
Neil Gaiman.
God.
Neil Gaiman.
yeah, Neil Gaiman.
Neil
yeah.
Gaiman, and you did not. You should absolutely buy that tomorrow.
Well, she owns it, so I don't need to buy it.
Well, go read it,
Go
Buy
read
it again.
dumbass.
I
Take
think the
that one
show
copy.
passed the book, I think.
The
It did.
show sucks.
Wait, what
compared
what
to
show
the
are we
book.
talking about?
Good Omens.
I am so pissed off about how the show. I mean, the show, fine, yeah, okay, but. the
Well,
fact
speaking
that-
of David Tennant, who was in that show. I know you guys aren't big Doctor Who fans. Maybe some of you are. I don't know.
Not
But-
even at all.
yeah.
I'd
Never
like to
seen
be,
it.
but I haven't really delved into
Well,
it yet.
We got into it big time. Friend of ours got us into it, but when David Tennant came along as the 10th Doctor, it was like, oh, this is great. And that season and the one after it was really good, or the Doctor after that was really good. Matt Smith played the Doctor after that, and
Matt Smith.
And then a girl
Matt
did
Smith.
it, and
well, then
you
Peter
hated it.
Capaldi came in
because-
first, and then
You are a horrible human being.
I tried. Look, man, I tried. I just couldn't get into it. I actually fell off when Peter Capaldi came in. I
Yeah.
kind of liked his first season, but
Try to like something you love, but you
I
couldn't
don't
do
even
it
know what we're
because
talking
a
about
woman
anymore.
was involved.
Doctor Who.
Oh,
This is
man,
shenanigans, foolishness.
Oh.
I thought that'd be for like a wanking guitar solo or something.
All right,
It works better for conversation.
can we stop the?
no, we're not done yet. Hold on.
We're not. Oh,
No.
Jesus Christ!
Well, I mean, we're close. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point was David Tennant came back as a Doctor for these like 3 episodes, and they're on Disney Plus right now. So if you're into Doctor Who, go watch them because they're really good episodes. Although I haven't watched the 3rd one yet, but I heard it's very good. Anyway,
I don't have Disney Plus.
well, you're not into Doctor Who anyway, so it doesn't
There you go. Not that I'm not into it. I mean, not that I'm against it. Just
yeah, no.
haven't gotten there in my life yet.
Yeah.
My butt's asleep. Need a stand-up desk. Maybe I can kneel, like I'm at the altar.
Well, now my feet hurt, so I
Now
can't.
my knees are gonna hurt. Oh yeah, I need
We've come full circle. Now we're talking about our pains and
Yeah.
in our bodies again.
I got the plantar fasciitis now.
I've had that.
I'm gonna go get my heating pad out to sit on, which I actually have been doing.
They shot cortisone into my foot. Fucking hurt.
Oof. I've had that in my back.
Oof. It's
Yeah.
a rough shot right there.
Yeah.
Feels better eventually, though. You
Yeah.
cannot stop talking about maladies.
They explained it to me. They're like, well, we have to shoot this thing and it basically goes through your nerves. So think about this as it's gonna kind of like expand your nerves. And that's, I was like, ugh. I'm like, it's just a weird feeling. I don't know how else to explain it. And yeah, they're right. It's a weird feeling. Yeah, I don't know what else is going on. Not much. I mean, we got a lot of albums to talk about coming up in next year. And we should do a end of year.
Yeah.
Best of 2023.
We'll do that for sure.
Because there were a lot of albums in 2023. Lots of them to talk about. So
Yeah. There were some good ones.
So we'll be back with that soon, people. But in the meantime,
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. I'm gonna let Keith go before he falls asleep.
Yeah, no
But
shit.
he is this close, even though it's not 1 a.m. yet.
Eat
He's
my
this
dick, motherfucker. But
One
yes,
eye is
yes,
open.
I am close, and I am very glad to hear that it's time to say goodnight. So
Yes.
good night, motherfuckers.
Right. All right. Well, for Joe and Keith and
Thank
Tim,
you and good fucking night.
I'm Eric saying.
Thank you. Good fucking night.
Energy, aggression, power. To sum it up, it's a vulgar display of power.
Sometimes I think you drink just a little too much blood.
I'm sorry, I'm going to PA. Bloodaholics Anonymous.
Cutting it up big time.
They are miserable slaves of Satan.
some cunt's recording this.